Yo, fresh home from the jailhouse. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back with a vengeance. You get me? Just done a little bid. Done 2 months in Scrubs. Done 2 months in 1 and I needed that time away because I was spiraling down a bad path, man. Like prison really saved my life. I believe if I didn't have that time away, I would probably have died or ended up doing life or some shit like that. So it was like a blessing in disguise. And while I was in prison, like just the love and the brotherhood and the positivity that was in there, like Christians, Muslims, black, white, like different walks of life of people just helping each other and being there for each other. Like if the next door got milk and the other next door hasn't got milk, they help each other. They say, "Here, box of milk." If you haven't got a vape and I got a vape, I will sponsor you a vape, give you a vape to smoke on. Like just helping each other out to get through the day because like we was in there together riding birds, some longer, some shorter, but we're all one. Nobody's better than the other. Like we're all equal. We're all human. We're all God's children. And like before I went to prison, I was just negative because like my dad just died, and I love my pops. He was like my hero. I really loved him, and like it really like took me by surprise, and I was really hurt, and I was just on self-destruct, and anything that came near me, like my loved ones, my friends, my mom, my even my pet cat who's my son, just anything that came across me was just I was just like causing havoc, wrecking their life, like making a misery, like being a devilish person, which is not my it's not me. That's not the usual me. That's not how I usually act. I'm usually righteous, vibrating a positive vibe, good energy, good hearted brother. I'm a really good hearted brother, like got a good soul. Like I'm so far I'm God fearing, and like I didn't choose to be a role model, but I have got a big supporters, young fan base who look up to me, and they listen to every word that comes out my mouth and on my wave. They love it, and they really look up to me. So, and I was showing them the negative. Like I was showing them that taking drugs is cool, like just doing negative stuff is cool, and I ain't gonna lie, like I'm the type of person who doesn't lie. Like if I was smoking crack and taking cocaine and smoking weed, I will show you on camera and I will tell people, yeah, that I do it. I will own up and say, yes, I do it. I do these things. I'm not the type of people who say, oh, you point fingers and judge, and then behind closed doors, they're doing the worst of the worst stuff that you wouldn't even imagine. And the people in power, they're your teachers, they're your people who work in banks, the people who work in politics, the people higher ups, like people in different walks of life that you wouldn't believe do worse than we do, but they're pointing fingers. When you point a finger, there's three fingers pointing back. So, but I own up. I take responsibility. I was wrong. I've learnt my lesson. I've still got my lesson to learn. You never stop learning lessons. And like, yeah, I was just going through a bad path, and I was on crack for 2 months. And the people that put me onto it, they were like, first they made me taste it, and then they started making me buy it like in little rocks, like 10 pound rocks and 20 pound rocks. And they wasn't teaching me the formula and how to make it myself. They were teaching me, giving me fish and teaching me how to fish. And like they were just using me for my money, and like so I don't like work on my dream and use my money and my resources to make my dream work. And they wasn't doing the teamwork make the dream work. They were trying to get the evilness and the negativity out of me so the dream doesn't work. People who laugh at your failure, and they want nothing but badness for you, just bad mind people, and they were all around me. But God blessed me and has angels around me, even though I got devils around me. He kept angels around me, keeping watch over me and my loved ones. I believe that and I know that for a fact, because like this time that I've been away came as a blessing in disguise, for real, for real. And I'm back, healthier, spiritually better, mentally stronger, physically stronger. I'm back and I want to take the world by storm, and I want to take my career to the next level. And I've got interview dropping this month, and I've got a music video which I believe is the best piece of poetry and art and song that I've ever wrote ever since I fell in love with hip hop and ever since I picked up a pen to write lyrics. The best piece of poetry I've ever come up with. And if I shall die after this drops, then this will be my legacy. I want you to remember of this song. Forget everything that I've done in the past, even though I've come up with some bangers. This next song that I come up with, the video for this song, the song that I come up with next, the next single, this is what I want you to remember me by. Forget all the negative vibes, all these rappers sound the same. They're all talking the same shit. Yeah, cat, bop, I'm in the trap. Yeah, I kill her up, run up on her up, but my thing goes crap. All this, I run up on her up, I fuck her up, so it's all trap. It's all the same. Everyone just sounds the same, bro. Nobody's like got substance. But this new song is called Real Hitters Around Me, and it's about my real friends and my real family. And the chorus goes like this: family around me, money around me, only keep a few real haters around me, only keep a few real haters around me, only keep a few real haters around me, swerving my Audi, rebel and rowdy, only keep a few real haters around me, only keep a few real haters around me, only keep a few real haters around me. So yeah, anyway, this is the fresh home. And while I was missing my podcast with It Is What It Is Talk with my nigga Killer Cam, my brother Murder Mace, and the beautiful woman Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby. I really missed them and I missed podcasting with them. So this is the first episode back. Sorry for the long intro, but it's a must. Fresh home. You know what it is. So let's get to it. No more brat, baby. Don't watch what I do in my personal life. It's a reunion. Welcome back. Fresh show from the jailhouse. And live fixtures. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 told him Michael Jordan, I'm looking the same thing. Nigga. Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code CAM, MACE, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash with your first deposit and a free pick. Only God can judge me. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be. But I'm God chosen. I'm God's son.
How you?
What's good? Ooh, how was your day today, Max?
What's good, murder?
Today I had survivor's remorse.
For real.
I was looking at my account.
For real.
And I had survivor's remorse.
Same here, bro.
Exactly.
I did the same thing. That's mad. I done
When
the
you
same
think
thing.
about
How
you made it and how many people didn't make it, and you start feeling sad.
Yeah. It's like when like a plane crashes, you're supposed to be on, but you didn't go that day. And you're like, why did I make it?
Two different things.
It's the same thing.
Nobody died in his scenario.
Oh, okay. But that's the concept.
Yeah.
I would feel bad about what you just said. I don't feel bad about what he said. For me, I don't get that. I worked hard. I definitely. That's why I said I get the same scenario, but I would be sad for that. Happy I made it, but That's on murder. You want to have a guilty conscience.
No guilty conscience, nigga. I missed you niggas, man. Killer Cam, Brother Mace, I miss my brothers. I was with my brothers every day before I got locked up. But I was in a negative vibe. I miss the laughs, nigga. I miss the put me in good mood, nigga. It is what it is.
Last time I was in New York.
Fresh home, nigga, fresh home.
You got it bad? Or you got over it as the day went on?
I'm happy to be back home. I'm happy to see you guys, man. Happy to see my guys, man. Real talk, bro. Real talk, bro. And it's mad, like, I never really, like, I peeped that the intro, it says, like, it's a reunion, welcome back. It's a real reunion, man. Like, I missed you guys, for real. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was in Penn, I was like, I knew niggas had phones in there, but I was trying to pattern up a phone, iPhone, like, but they were charging mad prices in that, and I couldn't get my card. They had my card in that, so I couldn't use it. So, like, I couldn't get an iPhone because I was thinking to do some podcasts in the prison while I was in Penn. But it didn't work out. But maybe I just needed the time without no, like, social media or internet, and just, like, think, just time to reflect on life and where I want to go next, and the person I want to be, and what legacy I want to leave behind. And just keep life and see what's important and what's not. And just only focus on the important stuff and fuck the rest. For real, for real. Love you, boy. You can't go out now. You can't go out now, but I put my feet down. You can do whatever. Do whatever, bro.
My bad.
I love how happy my nigga Killer Camera and Mace always are. They're always just laughing. Laughing for no reason. Just happy vibes. Positive vibes.
Between something money again, 2 weeks?
Nah.
A week? What they say, you'll go to your old apartment.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, my niggas.
For 3 days.
Not for 3.
I'm back with a vengeance, nigga.
Well, I just looked at it too. They didn't renovate that joint. That block that's one of the blocks they didn't get to yet.
Listen, 6 side, 2 6 guard.
That whole block they didn't get to yet.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I walk with God, and nobody can touch God, bro.
Okay, let's get into some NFL first. I want to talk NFL, Giants and Jets, both New York teams in desperate need of a quarterback. Giants right now are looking at trading the number 3 overall pick for Matt Stafford. The Jets are actually looking at maybe getting Justin Fields as a stopgap. There's a lot of rumors around that. Maybe the Giants end up drafting a quarterback as well. Mace, between the Jets and the Giants, which of those two teams need to find a competent quarterback the baddest this offseason?
The Giants and the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually think they both are in kind of in the same place. We're getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. They cleared up a lot of capital, but the same thing goes for the Giants. But when you say who needs it more, I think I want to say the Giants.
This is how I looked when I was in penitentiary.
At least they had some hope with Aaron Rodgers. With Aaron Rodgers being there, they thought they were going to get some wins.
I was crazy, bro.
They was going to be the wins. I
like the
actually
devil.
had them as my sleeper team a year ago when Tito was here. Shout out to Tito. Shout out to
Tito.
Sin City and everybody
Shout out Sin City.
who goes down with the Knicks and the New York teams every year.
New York.
That's what I was thinking. So either one of them you could pick, but I would say the Giants definitely.
The
What do
Giants.
you think, Cam? this offseason? Not in general, but they have to get it right. They got to figure it
I'm
out.
gonna go in general. Just it's not. They never get it right. Like even when the Giants win, it's not like
you're actually right, but I never listened to you,
It
Cam.
isn't like they had spectacular seasons. They actually got to the Super Bowl 9-7. I forget the record before that, but they don't have spectacular seasons. They don't have 13-3 seasons, 14-2. 12-4.
Because I've never taken it seriously.
But if you're asking me in general who needs it more, I'm gonna say the Jets probably need it more. Only because, and the only reason I'm saying this is because as much as we talk about the Cowboys not winning the championship since 1900s, 1990s, and then we always fuck with the Knicks and say they haven't won since 1973. The Jets haven't won before that. I think Joe Namath was the last time niggas motherfucking won a Super Bowl, throwaway Joe and all that. So if you're asking for a franchise that needs help, I'm going to say the Jets only in the quarterback position, only because the drought is crazy. It's the longest New York team, I believe, that hasn't won a championship that I could think of off the top of my head. It isn't like I did any homework with this, but just in memory, I've seen the Giants win. I haven't seen the Giants, pardon me, I haven't seen the Knicks win. I'm not old enough for that. And before that, I haven't seen the Jets win. We've seen the Giants win. We've seen the Mets win. We've seen the Yankees win. We've seen the Rangers win. Maybe not the Islanders. But all the major teams, I've been old enough to see them win.
Ski wave or no wave?
I'm going with the Jets purely because that they have loyal
Ski wave or
fans.
no wave?
And the franchise has been fucked up since I know. Period. They wasn't that bad when Rex Ryan was there. And Sanchez, the butt fumble pause and all that, but they didn't get the job done. There's in the Tom Brady era. They left up getting to where they went to in that era anyway.
And I think what's really interesting about that question, because you could very easily see either one, right? But the reason I kind of lean the Giants is at least the Jets have already cleaned house, right? The new coach, new GM, they've basically said, okay, you guys stink. We've gotten rid of our quarterback. You've got pieces. You got a good defense. You got weapons. So it's going to take a while. But the Giants, like Joe Shane and Brian Daboll, this is it. And they have the worst offensive line in all of football. They've got one wide receiver. They've got really no running back. And you can't really make any good moves if you're the Giants. You want to go and get Matt Stafford. He's 37 years old. You got the worst offensive line in football. You've got an injury-prone quarterback. You're getting fired. You want to go ahead and get an offensive lineman instead of a quarterback at 3? You're probably getting fired, even though that's the best decision for you. You want to get Shadur and Cam Ward and they're running for their life the whole time, you're probably getting fired. So I don't really know what the Giants do because it feels like there is no win-now move to make to keep them employed.
Well, yeah, that's great points. The Giants got rid of Saquon Barkley. They don't deserve anything good.
That's bad.
They got rid of a prized possession for not paying them. So they get whatever they deserve. As far as what you're saying about the Jets, and it may take a while, a good quarterback with a good defense or a decent defense and some weapons, you may be all right. We've seen Jaden Daniels first year turn the organization around, and not just him. Of course, there's new people in the front office, got rid of their own, et cetera, et cetera. But a good quarterback helps. We've seen what Joe Burrow did when he came in healthy, his first, second year, get into a Super Bowl, actually. Good quarterbacks actually help. But, and I think for the reasons you just said, that's the reason. It may be, and I get the question, who needs it more? Maybe the Jets, because they have all these things that you named in place, possibly.
Yeah, and actually, when you're front line, you block better when you're blocking for somebody that's making plays. It's like, why am I blocking? He's not going to make a play. And it's sad, but that's how a lot of linemen probably think.
So you think, essentially, if there's no quarterback that you believe in or trust, then you're basically just going to kind of mail it in a little bit?
Yeah, you're not going to take calls to hit for somebody you know is not making a play. Like, even when you're running, when people are running together and one guy got the ball and they're
Yeah,
running for the
that's how
touchdown.
that's how he was
You
in
can
prison,
run.
bro.
You gonna run up.
Everyone was
with
just
him and
working
block
together,
for him.
bro. Team up
But
and they're
you know he's
dreaming,
not
like
gonna
help
go
each other,
anywhere.
like
Why? Why you
everyone,
gonna
like help
risk
each other
throwing your
get through
shoulder
the
out?
day, bro. Like anything that can make
That's
the
what
day
you get paid
better.
to do.
Like we was in 1 hour
That's
just
actually what you're
in
here
the
to
landing
do.
1, 2, 3s and 4s, just the landings, bro.
But
Like
your check is
bare
not
Monday,
dependent
just
on my
like
check. I'm not saying
it
you're
was,
wrong, but I'm just saying
bro.
if you're asking the coach or the GM,
It was loving day, bro.
I'm not paying you.
It was respecting day. It was
But
more
I'm not
like
saying your concept is wrong.
there was
but I'm
more
just
respect
telling
and
you,
love in there than there
you're
is out
getting
here. It's
paid.
reckless here
He's getting
outside
paid for
here, bro. It's
something.
every
You're
man for
getting paid for
themselves.
something.
Like, bro, it's
So
mad. Black, white, yo, Muslim, Christian, bro, it's mad. We all just like if next door had milk, come on, bro. And you needed milk, then he's like, yeah, here, have some. Like, you got a vape, and he hasn't got a vape. You like, give him a vape, bro. Like, let him smoke. Like, get high, bro. That change your mind.
okay, so say, and I wanted to get you guys' perspective on this because I know you guys are big fans of Cam Ward. I know you guys are both fans of Shedeur. And if the Giants say were to take a quarterback at 3, which it feels like they might, who, and maybe just any team that's drafting a quarterback for the future, who would you take, Mace, out of the 2 to start a rebuild with? Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders?
I would have to say Shedeur, because even in the league, what last name did better, the Wards or the Sanders, right? I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, for real.
The pedigree of Sanders is really good pedigree.
Bro, he goes hard, bro. He actually goes hard. He
with the Steelers.
He treats it like a business, bro, now, and like a career, bro. I've never done that, like,
be honest with you, but the NFL
bro,
pick
like,
Charlie Wood
I've
on the
got
house.
like, yo,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
bro.
Wards did better
Bro, like our
in
people are
college.
like our people are slaves in
Sanders, there's a lot of
2025, bro. How is
Sanders.
it slaves in 2025, bro?
He was just saying this beside
Bro,
me. I don't know
what the fuck, bro? Like,
Very simple.
Larry said,
acting, bro. Fake shit, bro.
I'm in the-
But I'm just
Making
saying,
it act, bro. Like scripted,
No,
bro.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Actually live this shit, bro. I actually got real shit. The gems that like money can't buy,
Barry
like
Sanders, Deion
priceless.
Sanders.
And
Is everybody came out
I'm
with
just
the
taking it for
Sanders
granted,
as
bro. I
one
got stuff
Hall of
that
Fame?
this people would dream of. They're living a nightmare.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I got freedom, real
Well, actually,
freedom,
I
like
called Mitch
freedom,
yesterday. He didn't pick
family,
the phone up.
health.
Well, he could have actually came and seen because I went
Like,
to Shedeur and Cam
If
Ward's
you got
workout
them,
at UNLV
you're the
yesterday. And I'll
richest
tell you right now, there's no wrong answer. to either
living
one.
soul
I
in
sat
the
there for
world.
at least I did
You
about
got
2 hours,
everything.
watched them
Never
kids throw,
swap them
watched
for
them
anything because like that's your
scramble.
soul.
It was a good work. Thanks,
These
Shedeur,
niggas
for the
selling their
invite.
soul
I
for a
appreciate
short
it.
price.
Coach
Tell these
Brown,
like
Bucky, thank you
nothing.
for the invite.
Thank you for the
Shiny
invite,
stuff,
Cam.
bro.
Yeah,
That are fake, bro.
I tried to get Mace on the stage. I said, you know what?
I answer the phone.
You know what? That's crazy. It was last minute. He called me like one afternoon, like workout at 2, and I was running around. Actually, I hadn't even been back home. That's why I was running around. But B definitely, you know what? B was thinking about you. B said, yo, Tristan would have liked this, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, more of the story is
Who's tall out of them both?
about the same height. Maybe should go about half an inch, pause. Maybe an inch the most, but they're the same height. But man, both them kids are sensational. I know it's no defense and nothing else. It was a light workout. They get ready for the combine, but man, it's no wrong answer.
Brother,
But I have to pick 'em on Shedeur as well.
watch from now, bro. I
just
swear,
because
bro.
of the
Watch.
height.
Like my next move
just,
is my
you
best
know,
move,
Kind of
and I'm gonna try and make
like
every
you
move
know,
my
we see
best
that
move.
in
My
the
next
football
move is my
games
best move.
and everything else, but I'm going with Shedeur to answer the question, but you can't go wrong with either one of them.
Do you think that it matters in terms of the team that is drafting? Like a team like New York, for example, where the media attention is insane, the scrutiny is insane. And I feel like Shedeur has such a great presence. Obviously, he's been groomed, for this for a long time to take that level of scrutiny and be under those big lights. Does that matter at all to you?
Absolutely, that matters when you're in New York. And I think Shedeur is ready for that, but I think Cam Ward is ready for that too. Like, you know what's so dope about what I watched yesterday is that these two are really friends. They friends like me and Red. These niggas talk shit to each other the whole time. They have a blog too. You could probably go see their blog. I don't know if it's Shador's blog or Cam Ward's blog, but the whole time these two were talking shit to each other, big time shit. But you could tell they was friends. But it was like real shit. And they was like, they bet 10,000. Let's go this way. And he said, man, son, Cam Ward said, man, fuck out of here, bet 20. Talking about some money. He said, Shador said, I spent 60 in the last 2 days. Money ain't never been none to me. So stop acting crazy. I said, he said, yeah, because you got to bring swag and bring football. That's what Cam told Shador. I don't need all that. I bring football to the table. Shador said, I bring all of it. All the stories. So after hearing both of them, they was doing this for an hour and some change, going back and forth, scrambling, throwing accurate passes, etc. So when I'm listening to this, so both them niggas pretty tough.
Yeah.
They both pretty tough. But I think Shador's room for it though. After seeing, I've seen Cam play on TV. I never met him until yesterday, but just seeing his attitude yesterday, I think he'll be prepared for it as well. But you're right, Tris. It doesn't matter what team they're going to. We know everybody in the top 4, 5, 6 picks are not going to good teams. And then us as fans, not us per se on this panel right here, fans want the world tomorrow. So if they don't do good, they're going to get scrutinized anyway. It is what it is. But to answer the question, I think they're both prepared.
Louis Riddick was sort of stumping for Cam Ward yesterday on ESPN. Louis Riddick, big friends with Dion. There's some rumors that the reason that Louis Riddick is stumping or sort of promoting Cam Ward over Shador in terms of taking him is the sort of rumors is maybe Dion doesn't want Shador to go to one of the top 3 teams and he would prefer him to fall. What do you think about that concept, Mace? Do you think that there's a right spot for Shador?
Definitely. I think when it comes down to great talent, a lot of your career depends on what team you go to and what's the mindset of that organization. Because sometimes you could be a landmark talent and end up with people that don't really get winning, are not really groomed for winning, and definitely don't want to do the things necessary to win. I think Shador definitely has a different career if he lands in Vegas than if he lands in New York. I think in New York, he'll do just fine, but I think in Vegas, he'll do even better. I think the quarterback that lands in Vegas is going to do better than the quarterback that lands in New York.
Because of Tom Brady? Because of Tom Brady?
Yes, that's part of it.
So what do you think, Cam? Do you think there's a right place for Shador to go?
Yep.
Progress takes years of innovation,
Yep.
adaptation.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. How you doing London, Vegas, bro? How you doing
New York and Vegas would be my picks because
I'm in Vegas right now.
we could drive our cars in the tunnels and get on the field. Like, if you asking me where I prefer to go, those are 2 cities I would love
I'm
to
actually in
go
Vegas
to. We
right now,
gotta
nigga.
realize we got
Top seat, bro. With
the
Killer
Titans
Cam,
in there.
with the
What
mix
pick is
there.
the
What's up, my
Browns?
nigga?
Like the Browns, I would
What's up?
pick.
What's the
One
lady
thing
name, man?
that
What's
the
that baby,
Browns,
man?
what I heard
Stop,
was
baby.
trying to
Where you
do
at,
was,
baby?
I got confirmation from
Is
a
it
couple
beef
days
now,
ago.
baby?
I think they're second.
Are you riding with the other side,
Yeah.
baby?
Second.
Yeah, so what somebody was trying to do, it was trying to trade for Myles Garrett, but the Browns made it clear that they're not trading for Myles Garrett. So right now, we sit here and say New York, we sit here and say Vegas. When you have Tennessee and Cleveland before both of them, now do they need quarterbacks?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we all think in these major cities for Cam and Shador when it may not be what we think it'll be. So we'll find out.
I really, really, really want to hear you guys' perspective on this topic because my Dallas Cowboys are in the news again. And they're fucking out. They just continue to talk and make themselves look worse. Multiple Dallas players came out
Yo,
and
I'm
said
clean
they're
hearted,
very
bro.
close.
Clean heart,
to
just
being
got
the
heart,
Eagles.
bro. Follow
Dak
heart and hype,
Prescott
bro.
said very
I
close.
believe my shit, bro.
Micah Parsons said that the game against the Eagles, only 5 plays separated the game, really. But
This is
my Dallas Cowboys
for
lost
the
41-7
ancestors,
in that
bro.
game, so that was
For
crazy.
the
And then
fucking
today,
Egyptians
Emmanuel
and
Acho came out
Roman, like,
and
no,
said that
not
the
Roman
Cowboys are
Egyptians,
just
bro.
one Eagles
Black
offseason
people,
away
bro.
from becoming a Super Bowl contender.
Kings, bro.
Mace, is this the most delusional franchise in all of the NFL?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my brain, for real. The Cowboys have to be the most delusional, and it's not just one year; it's every single year, time after time. It's not like they get a player and then they get delusional. They're delusional whether they have the right. We call it unqualified confidence. It's like an ugly girl that thinks she could bag this guy, and it's like, why do you think that? He's not gonna like you. This is how the
Personality?
Cowboys. Yeah, her personality is so fire
That's
that
a
he's gonna
fucking
look
bet.
past everything wrong. That's how the Cowboys come across. It just makes no sense. It seemed like year after year, and the worse they get, the more delusional they get. I like the way Michael Irvin jumped off that train. Are you ready to jump off that train?
I mean, I've been off. I just don't
So
have
why you
any.
like
You
Cowboys?
can't leave the fan base. You can't just go. That's worse than suffering. That's like what a real fan is. You suffer in and out. I don't think this team will ever do anything until Jerry Jones dies or sells the team. Sorry, it's morbid, but like that's what it is. The delusion starts from Jerry and trickles all the way down to fans. I'm a cynical bitch, so I'm never gonna believe the BS that's coming out of their mouth, especially when their actions don't match up with what they say. Especially they said, "Oh, we're going all in off season," and they didn't want to pay Derrick Henry, and they picked up Ezekiel Elliott off the street when we knew he was washed.
You're the second correspondent on this show that said Jerry Jones got to die before it does well. I don't wish that on you, Jeff.
I don't wish it.
Yeah, I dig it. Like, don't sugarcoat it for me. Then you said what you said. Stand on it.
Money around me, family around me, only keep a few real hairs around me, only keep a few real hairs around me, only keep a few real hairs around me. So every my Audi, rebel and rowdy, only keep a few real hairs around me, only keep a few real hairs around me, only keep a few real hairs around me. So every my Audi.
I'm not going to sit here and go and jump up and cry and say what the fuck is wrong with them and they're crazy and this, that, and the third.
Land to they use damn rule, that's a shameful.
It isn't just the Cowboys. It isn't just Jerry
I really
Jones.
go
It isn't
out the
just
mud, it
fans.
was painful.
The fans believe it. See, you and Mike
They lie to you and then they get stressful.
realistic. But the fans
They
be like,
go
yeah,
racial
we all
and
right
then
there.
act like it's so
we all right.
casual.
With 5 points.
Yeah,
today.
And
we got
after
5
that,
plays, but
yeah.
lost 41-7.
Try act like it's casual.
Don't
Don't need a contract, label them on that. I already say no to 50 million, but I got that.
Delusion comes from being in the same
I already
division.
got everything
And
I
when you're in
want,
the
I
same
already
division
got
and
that.
You see this team twice a year, you like, oh, we know these niggas, we got them. But the problem is, it's 15 other games outside.
Every time they
of
get me, you
those
know
two
that I
games
go
you play
back.
against the Eagles. So you're more familiar with the Eagles. 'cause
Don't
you
need a
play against them and
contract.
you may think, oh, we know
Billions
these niggas,
I'm on
but
that.
we have to think about this. Philly won the Super Bowl probably 7 years ago, maybe 8. Been to the Super Bowl the year before last, if not the year before that, and just won the Super Bowl. So it isn't like Philly hasn't been to the Super Bowl 3 times in the last 10 years. You guys have not won since 1994, yo.
I didn't give a fuck, bro.
Some of y'all wasn't born. You know they did. You know they did a fucking shit the other day. Jalen Brown wasn't born the last time the Cowboys won. Jalen Hurts wasn't born.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, it's niggas who wasn't even born, and I know you. And the problem is that they'll be like, "Well, we the new regime. The old regime is better. All right, they was way better." And I'm glad you said that because people think I'm joking when I say this, man. Get cocaine back in the locker room, and it may help. That's when y'all win.
Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah, yo,
They was smoking.
I was smoking. I was smoking.
Yo, listen, man, and I'm not promoting drugs or any sport, but that's what got them titles. That, the White House, the prostitution. Y'all niggas is clean cut now. Y'all those Cowboys, they
But behind closed doors. Behind closed doors.
Jerry Jones supported niggas wilding. They ain't give, Jerry Jones ain't give a niggas all the shit they was doing.
Yeah.
Whether niggas was smoking crack, prostitution.
Herringbones, then what herringbones?
Yeah. Jerry Jones said, long as we would follow him around. Jerry Jones got private security to follow these niggas around. Jerry Jones about winning. He don't give a fuck what you do And on your off time, if you're winning, when you start doing shit in your off time and you're not winning, that's when the speculation comes in. I don't even know who the fucking head coach is. We asked Michael Irvin, who's the new head coach you got? Man, fuck him. Michael ain't say that, but he might as well. He did. He said it in a nice way. I said, Mike, what you think about the head coach? No. Fuck that nigga. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
That's kind of like what all the fans, I think, felt in their soul. All of them.
And so, in saying this, I get how you feel, Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboy fans, but you feel like this because you're playing against somebody in your division and you're familiar with the team. And in your brain, some type of way, y'all was 5 plays away from beating them niggas when you lost by 34 points, which is crazy. No, whatever. But God bless your heart, man. That's all I can say. God, like our nigga Muffin say, God bless him.
Yeah, 30 years and 5 plays away.
Yeah, exactly.
30 years.
Yo, it's been centuries, bro. Every fucking century I do the same shit, bro. And lie to them, bro. I got the real shit, bro. Like, they fool me, bro. They fool me with their soul, bro. Bro, like, your shit, like, you think, I seen you recording this, like, it took you, like, 2 hours to come up with record one song, bro. In 2 hours, I could have recorded, like, 7 albums, bro. What the fuck?
In the NFL.
Yeah, right?
Dak Prescott.
And, like, you will fool them in the year 556. And think like it came out that many, and it will sound the same, like timeless, bro. And I do it every single time, bro. Like it's nothing.
A third of the cap space.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Every fucking century, bro. They feel me with their soul, bro. Real shit, bro. Fuck that fake shit. The real shit, bro. Come on, righteous, bro. I got it.
Hey! Police are on their way! Don't just look at me! Get out! Oh, no, thank you.
Let's go, bro.
Get out of here!
I walk with God, bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Johnny.
God was only in my cell, bro. Just chilling, bro, like my bunk bed. I had a bunk bed, like, God was below me. I was in the
Yeah, teams can't. There are a team. There are a few. Select a very.
And we just used to play tricks on each other. Like, I'd stay up all night watching TV and I'd be talking to it and I'd be like, yo. It was mad, bro.
We select few, probably like 2 or 3. 1 or 2 that could win that way, but Dallas is not the team to be giving $90 million to Dak Prescott. They got so many other things they got to answer. You know, they did they just pay CeeDee Lamb?
Yes.
They got to make sure CeeDee Lamb get paid. Okay, so CeeDee Lamb is paid. They got other things they got to answer on their defense. They got a few things they got to add to their offensive line. And I don't think you get that done with giving Dak Prescott $90 million. And I really don't understand why pay a person so much money that doesn't bring you to the dance. That's just how I feel. You know, I'm a member and a president of Titletown. So
yo, I'm
president. I do not pay people high money that don't bring us to the championship. Even if it's
listen, Pastor Mace. Pastor Mace, listen.
The NFC. If you can't get us to the NFC, why are we giving you $90 million?
When I get
crazy. Derek
this
at 51
fucking
million,
trillion,
Matt Stafford 49
I'm gonna
million.
get.
Deshaun Watson,
Definitely.
like I said, 73
I've already
million,
seen the
but Patrick
contract.
Mahomes is gonna have to redo his
God
deal,
showed it to
probably because he's at
Real nigga
66
shit.
million of a cap hit.
This morning.
You wouldn't pay
Call
Dak
him.
30 more million than
Get
Pat.
It's crazy.
Even with the bad NFL, Super Bowl performance,
Anytime I
there's
was
no way Dak
team,
deserved 30 more
Everything's set with the
million
bullets.
than
The
Patrick.
ammunition
Just a
is
bad contract all
done.
around. What do you
This is
think?
God on our side.
But this is
Just
Jerry
the
Jones.
wave.
He pays his players.
The
Yeah,
whole
but at the
task,
same
the hates
time,
to all.
you know, it gets to this point where we sit there and say, I remember this whole shit playing out. Nigga not doing pay that, you gotta pay that, you not paying that. Shit was lingering. Then the contract, his last year, the contract's like, oh, you're not gonna pay that, you gotta pay that. You're not gonna pay that. Then when he pays that, and Dak ain't performing, and then next year the $90 million hit on the salary cap comes in, niggas like, Dak ain't worth it. Y'all was all over him in Dallas to pay the nigga. Just harassing the nigga to pay the nigga. I remember it like last night. Yo, you not gonna pay Dak? Whatever quarterback can you get? You gotta pay the nigga. And the salary's going up, and you gotta pay Dak. You pay Dak. A few years ago, gotta pay Ezekiel Elliott. Gotta pay Ezekiel Elliott. Hell, I think they gonna pay Ezekiel Elliott. You jumping Salvation Army shit for something, yo.
You know what? Them niggas are the gay niggas who try to pressure man, yeah? Like, they try to pressure man because they're bigger than you, or because they think they do like 10 more press-ups than you, or think they like, they try to get all gay on man that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, allow it, bro. Just chill out, bro. Yo, bro, it's mad.
I think he got the bonus pause because even Snoop Dogg said, Snoop, you know, fellow member of the show, he said, you gotta pay that. I think that's $2 million on it.
Nah, I was guessing him. I was like, yeah, next week, bro. Next week, bro. About that.
Niggas gotta pay.
They know it's not next week, bro.
Dak was going into that year when his contract was up.
Because they actually know. And when they're next to me, they see God by my side, bro.
Dak, what's he gonna do?
Know,
they start going down.
They got God on my side, bro. I believe my shit, bro.
Leonard Albert,
and they feel my eye, bro.
Who the fuck he is and all type of shit.
They feel it, bro.
So
they feel me from planetary.
I know that this is a lot of money. I know that it's a hard hit on the salary cap.
They ain't from me from two planet. They from me from billions, trillions, miles. Like, they see God in me, bro.
Oh, what he gonna do? You gonna pay him. Then when he pays him, it's wow. Care went for losing, bro.
Well, and I think as fans, it's like okay to buy $150 steak or go and get a nice meal. But when the value that you get back is like, all right, I paid for one of the top steakhouses in the country and I'm getting, I don't know,
a burger
or Sizzler or whatever. No shade to Sizzler, but I paid top dollar for that. Then you're pissed. So I think maybe the expectations for Dak was that he would be that type of caliber of quarterback that deserves exactly what top 10 quarterbacks get. But he's not a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's been injured multiple times in a row. His completion percentage isn't great, and he is crippling the team. So it's just.
Well, look, let me ask you a question. That was a great take. What was Jerry supposed to do if he didn't pay Dak last year? What was he supposed to do? I'm just asking. What was his options out there?
You could have gone with Cooper Rush. You could have gone with a rich quarterback like a Tyrod Taylor.
Rush over.
Definitely not.
Didn't they trade?
Come on now.
It's happening.
No. But it's a monetary thing. So it's like, all right, just like the Jets. The Jets don't want to go out and get anybody expensive, so they get Justin Fields for a year for $15 million until Arch Manning comes around. They can draft him because they know they're not going to be very good this year. They're going to be buns.
But see, that's the thing too. Not to cut you off, Trish, and not to cut you off either, Mace. We're going off woulda, coulda, maybe. Because now you sit there and get Justin Fields for a year, and then Archie Manning does great in Texas, and then Justin Fields doesn't do as bad as you think he does, and now the Jets at the number 6 pick or number 7 pick, and they don't get Archie Manning, but that was your whole plan. And Cameron obvious intent. These are all big risks you're talking about, and I get it. I understand what you're saying. Look, we was in the middle towards the end of football season, maybe week 10, week 11, and we like, yo, Cameron's gonna go to Cameron Shador is either going to go to the Giants or to Vegas because they had the number 1 and the number 2 pick. Niggas want to start winning. Antonio Pierce and I'm like, y'all, fuck that. We ain't tanking. Now look, the whole shit switched around. Titans and Browns number 2. And no disrespect to Ohio, you know I love you, and no disrespect to Tennessee. But to them 2 young niggas, those 2 cities are sexier when you talking about New York and Vegas. Just because of the names. I'm like I said, no shade. I lived in Ohio. I have no problem with it. But I'm just telling you for a sexiness to a young nigga who getting money. So I get what you're saying, Trish, too. But you're saying a monetary fix, and then if it don't go right, you stuck with Justin. And I like Justin Fields. I don't know what the problem is. I fuck with the nigga. But it didn't go according to plan. My opinion. Sorry.
No, you're right. And like, you just don't know when you pay somebody that much money. You have to be really sure. And as a fan, I think there's been us telling ourselves that Dak was better than he was because he didn't have the pieces, or he only had Brandon Cooks, or it's just CeeDee Lamb, or he doesn't have a great running back anymore, blah, 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 blah. So you pay him that money, and then you realize, like, oh, yeah, this is really crippling our team. All right, we got to hit this break. When we return, NBA season. The All-Star break is over. Who are we keeping our eye on the most in the home stretch of the season? Welcome back. It's time to go over our underdog picks of the day. First game was yesterday in the NBA after All-Star break. Lakers. Oh my goodness gracious. What a horrible loss. Trash-ass Hornets can't even get the win. Austin Reeves' first ejection of his goddamn life. Lakers blow a 15-point lead, lose 197. Luka had 14 points. He was awful. Braun, you guys had the higher level on his props. He had 26 points. The number was 26 and a half. Disgusting stuff. As someone who hates the Lakers, love to see it. Love to see it. But let's
You hate the Lakers?
hate the Lakers.
Oh, man.
And this shit was 26 and a half. He came in under.
Let's talk about the games tonight. Kevin Durant had a busy All-Star weekend, lots of interviews. He plays the Spurs tonight. He had 37 and 34 headed into the break. Underdog has his points at 26 and a half. Would you go higher or lower, Mace?
I'm going higher, definitely. I'm definitely going to show up for this kid.
Yeah, he's got a lot of motivation, a lot of things in the news. What do you think?
I was just about to say that the motivation niggas play with his name right now.
Yeah, niggas talking about they're going to trade
Yeah,
you
they
and all
play with
that.
KD name right now. And actually, like I said, I spoke to KD. We was actually at the Colorado game together before the season started. He said he's going to go off. Well, I think the injury early in the season hindered what he was planning to do this season, because he said he was going to go the fuck off this season. But I think niggas playing with this nigga name during right before the trade deadline, during the All-Star weekend. He's going to come back with a veterans who going to hire.
Yeah, I think he's going to go crazy the rest of the season. Cam, you also called the De'Aaron Fox trade. Good on you. The move from Sacramento has not been great for him in terms of his production. Underdog hits his number at 26 and a half against the Suns tonight. He hasn't hit that in 12 of the last 14 games. Are you going higher or lower on him?
Pause.
Pause.
I don't know. That's a great one, because I think, you know what I think? I think, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I just think this in a good way. I think that De'Aaron Fox is a sensational talent. I think he went there, actually, in Rich Paul and Clutch, seeing that it could be him and Wemby for some years. If they get one more piece, it could be really exciting in the next 2 to 3 years. But the reason I'm going to go lower is because, I mean, tell me what you think about this.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
No, I know, but I'm saying, tell me what you think about it. Is that Chris Paul being away for shit, a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Chris Paul, for the last, Chris Paul's he should be first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's averaging eight assists.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris Paul is great, but I don't need a nigga coming and being paused every time the whistle be like, if we go there, Man,
And didn't do that.
yeah, and that's where you keep doing that from team to team to team. And that's why James Harden slapped his hand. You ever seen James Harden slap? Fuck out of here with all that, man. I ain't doing all that. Chris, if you want to coach, I think you'll be an exceptional coach. And we understand that the point guard, and you're a floor general, and an extension pulls up the coach. But niggas don't want to keep talking to you in the middle of the game every time the whistle blow, bro. And this is why teams may get hindered. I knew Golden State wouldn't work. I knew that they didn't respect them. They didn't respect them. I knew OKC wouldn't work. You played decent over there. They didn't think, like, bro, you're not going to get it done over there. Houston didn't work. I think it's time for you to think about coaching. I think that you had a great career, but you're hindering the young niggas. De'Aaron Fox needs to be let off the leash and do what he needs to do, and him and Wemby take that team over. I think you'll be a great coach on the Spurs. I'm not saying that that's where he'll go, but not on the floor. You're taking up space at this point.
Because if you change, if you swap,
Lower, my fault. I just, but yeah, lower.
yeah,
Because of Chris Paul.
yeah, and definitely lower because when you think of that San Antonio team, they even got the guy Sharp that's there. What's the other two guard name that was in the dunk contest?
Oh, Stephon Castle.
I meant Castle. I would say Sharp. Castle's there, and if you take Paul out of the lineup, then you have Castle and Fox, which would take that team to a whole new athletic level. And I think that's where they need to be to win. But as long as it is the way it is right now, he won't get that number because even Castle is playing very well right now. So all of them at the same time, you don't need to get those points for them to win.
Facts, and also Devin Vassell as well, another great scorer.
Yeah, they need him to be at like 16, 18 to win.
Well,
when you come to the Friends experience, you'll just feel like you're actually in the mix of the
NBA started back up last night. All-Star break is officially over. We have 35 games left in the season. This is where teams really make a playoff push. They show what they are. Are they contenders? Mace, as you're looking at the NBA landscape, what team are you keeping your eye on the most to see really where they're at?
There's two teams and they're both in the southwest that I'm looking at. Matter of fact, all four of these teams: Memphis, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. Because these are the teams that could mess up the West as we know it. You know, I know a lot of people, the first thing come to their mind is what Denver is doing or what OKC is doing, but these last four teams that I named are the teams that could do something about that. Definitely Memphis. I think Memphis is one of those teams that nobody wants to see with the resurgence of, the surgence of Edie. He takes that team to a different place. Is the piece that they've been missing. If they ever get a three, they're a championship team. If they get a three, they're a championship team. Because right now they have everything else. So that's the team I'm looking at the most. I'm not really concerned about Dallas because without AD, I don't think they go anywhere. And I would love to see that team with AD, but if AD doesn't show up, I don't see them going anywhere. But Houston is my second team. The second team that I'm looking at to make a difference in the West. I don't think the Houston team is going to allow the West to be as is. Yeah, every now and again you get a team that's disruptive. Yeah, I know that's who y'all want to win, but we're not letting them win. I think Houston has that kind of ability. So I would say Houston and Memphis.
What do you think, Cam? What team are you paying attention the most to now after the All-Star break?
It's a plethora of teams. I think that the fifth seed, pardon me, not the fifth seed, the sixth seed through the 11th seed in the West, that we have to pay attention to that. It's about between the sixth seed and the 11th seed. It's probably a 4 or 5 game difference between all that. Right now, if the playoffs start today, you have OKC at number 1, which I think they're going to finish at number 1. They have an 8-game lead over the Grizzlies right now, 8.5 over Denver. I think they're going to finish at number 1. But I'm not sure if they beat Dallas, because Dallas is an AFC right now. I'm not sure if they beat Dallas in the playoffs with a healthy AD, with a healthy Kyrie, with a healthy PJ Washington, Lively. I'm not sure. And that's why I said OKC real test will be the playoffs this year. I'm not sure if Phoenix gets on a little run, they beat Phoenix. They should. But would be more concerned about Dallas. But you're sitting here looking at these last, and the reason I said a plethora of teams, hold on, let me read it to you real quick. It's the Clippers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks, not necessarily right about Sacramento Kings, Golden State Warriors. Draymond just said they definitely won the championship this year. You don't know. You know, these teams all could pose a threat to OKC when the playoffs happen. Now, OKC, to me, don't get me wrong, they look like they have a different